All right, another beautiful spring day. And here's a little update on the project I finished last night. Not the best welds in the world, but I think it's gonna work, especially when it gets some dust on it. Kind of embarrassed to have broken off 2 bolts, but nice little project. And we got nice grade 8 hardware in there now, so I think the steering box is gonna be good. The project for today, coming around to the back side, I've got a 2-inch receiver hitch, bumperettes, new fuel tank skid, new fuel tank, and fuel tank straps. I'm gonna see if I can get all those guys on. Might have to drop the tank again once I put the body on to run some electrical, or maybe change the fuel lines if I need to, but for right now it'll feel good to get this on. And these are kind of, down here is kind of hard to get to for putting the hitch on. Something I found that was kind of expensive, but I think gonna be worth it. These are nice thick 1/4-inch angle brackets. They're gonna help hold the bumper on strong. I'm not really gonna tow with this. The point of this is to get one of those Kuat bike racks that stick off pretty far. My girlfriend and I have gravel bikes and like to go up the Boulder, Colorado and ride around. And what cooler way to get to the trailhead than classic Jeep CJ-7. And popping over here to the junk pile. Original tank was in good condition. I'm actually going to reuse the filler piece, the filler neck itself. I bought new rubber hoses. Tank was in okay shape. Skid, oh, that's the plastic part that goes in the skid. I'll reuse that. The skid itself, actually hiding over here in the other junk pile, was reusable, but rusty right there, crusty in here. And I think this thing was like $65, $70. So when you're replacing the whole body, it's kind of those might as well things. Quite expensive when you add them all together, but here we are. Here we go with progress update. Bumperettes are on, receiver hitch is on. Lots of bolts going on. I went and bought grade 8 hardware to where it was going to bolt through into the frame bracket right here, which actually I think I'm going to go back and buy grade 8 hardware for it. That feels important. These guys right here actually weren't drilled through the cross member, so I drilled to make them work, trimmed it off a little bit. But these guys right here, nice grade 8 hardware going through. Always wanted the bumperettes. My last Jeep did not have them, even though I had a 2-inch receiver hitch. And kind of a long dream I've been wanting to have. Next up this afternoon is dropping the fuel tank, skid plate, and straps. And then I'm getting closer to throwing the body on. The sun is still shining. I've made some good progress. New fuel tank is in. It's just a it's like, yeah, made in Taiwan repop, but I bought it from Holley. And the reason I bought it from Holley is this is a Holley EFI in-tank electric fuel pump. And I wanted everything to match perfectly. It probably would have worked fine with any aftermarket tank, but for about the same price, I got it all. Moving down here, you can see the new gas tank straps, the new skid plate, and I reused the plastics. Cleaned them, but you couldn't really tell. It wasn't really worth armor-alling. Plastic here or the plastic underneath. It's gonna be fine. The tank did have a little ding in it on the edge outside of the weld from shipping, so I wasn't too worried, and I sprayed some wheel silver on it, and I think that's gonna be perfectly fine. It wasn't worth sending back and probably getting the same problem next time. Got new hoses for here, and I'm going to use the original fuel filler. I'm going to go ahead and drop this fuel pump and sender in and see where we go from here. Here we are, in-tank fuel pump installed. Feels really good to have the rear end under the tub buttoned up. Next on the list is running the 3/8" fuel line. I went ahead and bought the Holley, I guess Earl's Vapor Guard fuel line. I'm going to run rubber the whole way. Run it all the way up to the front. So next up will be throttle body, distributor. I have new I think they're 8.8 millimeter high performance wires, black to be hidden. Remove the old coil, put on the thing it's going to give me away is the Hyperspark high intensity coil. And I've got new Autolite spark plugs, just the coppers. Started looking into what spark plugs I should use, and most classic car guys just say use the coppers, so I'm gonna give them a try. That's probably what's in here too. I haven't even looked yet. At this pace, next week I might be throwing the body on. Fingers crossed.